Hello guys, how's it going? Welcome to another One City video, and today I have an amazing guest. I have the one and only, from the Freddy to the Babes, FreddyBabes. How's it going, dude?
I'm good, man. How are you, Manty?
Good, man, good. First of all, allow me to say congratulations on winning that Gwent Slam, dude. That Gwent Slam, I bet it was crazy. Could you tell us a
Uh,
little bit about Gwent Slam and the experience overall?
yeah, I mean, it was like a experience of a lifetime, I guess. Like unlike anything I've ever done before. Just being able to meet like all the personalities, that I'd looked up to over the years, watching them stream, like Life Coach, Ties of Time, and obviously the big players in Gwent, like Swim and Mogwai and McBeard, and everyone there was super nice to get on with, and it was a really good time. Like uh, besides the Gwent, which was also incredible, some really intense games, and yeah, eventually got away with the win, which was nice as well. So.
What do you mean you got away with it? You fought for it, you fought it well. It was very well played. I was following the tournament very closely. Now, let's talk about a little bit about yourself and the experience that you had on Gwent Slam. So, does it change from streaming into being there and actually playing?
Oh yeah, I mean it's a whole different world. I think I preferred, yeah, actually like being there and like playing on a competitive stage is really quite a cool feeling. And like yeah, I'd really like to reproduce that at some point, I guess. But like I mean that doesn't take away from streaming. Obviously, that's also really fun. Just different in a lot of ways, a lot less pressure, I guess, and yeah, more interaction with other people. But
Really, I
yeah.
actually thought that it would be the other way around. For
Oh
example,
yeah.
you would have
Oh
more
yeah.
pressure on the real life than on streaming. So what?
Yeah, 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 that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Oh,
All
did I
right,
tell
it's
you?
backwards,
Yeah,
guys. All right, he
yeah,
bamboozled right here, but
yeah,
but yeah, it's
exactly.
actually really cool. During the tournament, there was a little situation that happened with a disconnect, and you decided to give that win to Swim. That's a huge show of sportsmanship and teamwork. Could you explain to us what was going on through your head, and just overall, what that was a great example of, like, what makes this community great.
Well, I mean, I think the decision was pretty easy to make for me, and yeah, like after the first game, which we already had a crash in, and then Swim ended up winning it, fair and square, and then yeah, the second game he was way ahead, pretty much 100% to win the game if he played correctly. So just seemed like the better thing to do, not have to play another extended mill game, and yeah, it would have been a bit horrible for both of us, I think, and for everyone watching as well. If, not to mention the fact that he was, pretty damn likely to win that game. So yeah.
Yeah. Now, let's go to that topic itself, the meal. How do you feel that the meal is affecting Gwent, and why do you think that you see meal more on competitive side compared to ladder side?
I mean, just the mere fact that the game's super long, like you can have games upwards of 30 minutes and even longer sometimes, as we saw in the series I played against Swimming. And yeah, I mean, like as an archetype, it kind of isn't, the unfun argument is one that people like to make, and it kind of is true. It changes the game so that game length is longer than it should be, and for a lot of people that's not enjoyable. I feel like the matchups are very interesting to play a lot of the time, and like you have to use your brain a fair amount, but at the same time it's probably not healthy, especially like when you're considering that we want Gwent to be a good spectator sport, and for competitions to be enjoyable to watch and play in. So yeah, I don't know, I think it could do with maybe some tweaking, and I'd like to see it not be so competitively viable in tournaments. On ladder, I think it's never going to be like, all like up there, just because of the length of the games that you'd have to grind out. It'd be very hard.
Yeah, definitely. That takes a long time to just get a, best of three, and whenever both players
Mm.
bring meal, it actually goes to the long distance. Now, let's go back a little bit to what we previously talked and talk about, like, the nerves of steel. You know what I'm saying? Because at one point you're going to doubt yourself. can you tell the viewers and can you tell can you tell me also so I can learn how do you deal with that kind of situation, and at what point do you have to say, calm down, I got to trust myself, I got this?
I mean, to be honest, the first series, the first day was very, very stressful. And I don't know, I was very nervous. You gotta like take deep breaths, I guess, for the whole of it. But yeah, after the first series, it was kind of, you get used to it, and like, I mean, you're just there in a room effectively with the other person, right? It's you're kind of disconnected from all the people watching in that sense. So it's just get over the fact that it's a bit scary, and push through, play a game of Gwent, and I mean, I think with experience it becomes a lot easier for sure.
No, I see. Okay, now we've seen the what's it called, the stream that was on by CDPR today, and a little bit of the changes. Could you talk to me about it and tell me what are you looking forward for, and did they miss something that you would like to see change?
So I don't want to I want to reserve judgment before we actually get to see everything.
Smart.
There weren't a huge amount of changes, right? It was just sort of some Nurse to Northern Realms, and a little bit of a change to Hailstorm is what I saw. I actually didn't catch the first 5 minutes, so that was unfortunate. But like the Ale Festival thing will be really cool as well. Just some extra content is always nice. Spice things up a bit, especially for the casual audience. It's really good. So I'm looking forward to that. And obviously, whenever the meta shakes up a bit, that's always really exciting. I guess I would have liked to maybe see some changes to maybe the other factions a little bit. Like, when you change one faction so drastically but then leave the others alone, it can sometimes end up in a bit of a dodgy state, the whole the meta at the end of it. But I mean, obviously I don't want to call that too early, and hopefully it will be okay. Nice. Even better than it is now. So yeah.
Now, you used to look up to people to this kind of competitive stage. Now people look up to you. Now, could you please tell them some words of inspiration to keep up, or some tips as how to become better or continue through this road?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, this tournament was a clear example of anyone can do anything pretty much, right? I was able to qualify through the open qualifiers. You didn't have to have any kind of ladder, qualifications or anything like that. You just go in there, win a load of games, and then you can get through to a big money tournament. And that just shows anyone could do that. You don't have to be a high profile player or a streamer or anything. So yeah, just I don't know, if you're interested in the game and you really enjoy it and put the hours in and the practice and then try hard, get a little bit lucky as well, and I think anyone out there can achieve anything in this pretty open tournament scene here.
So play Gwent, and on your time that you're not playing Gwent, make sure you start flipping that coin, get really good at that.
yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
Again, so that's a really good tip right there. Remember, guys. Well, Freddy, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for giving us this chance, this opportunity. And would you like to tell anything to the viewers before we say goodbye?
I mean, thanks for having me very much. And I always enjoy talking with you, Manti. But no, I don't think I have any shout-outs or anything. But just keep enjoying Gwent, guys. Yeah.
Definitely. All right. Well, once again, thank you for being with us.
No
and
problem.
also, guys, see you next time.